ice cream.
We're going to do the dance of the headless chickens.
Okay, so we've got Rocky seducing a crocodile.
Okay.
The people what they want!
Give them what they want! Are going to play a game which is called Styles Clash.
Styles Clash?
Verbatim. We are going to move on to our final challenge of the show as an impression battle tournament. So,
Hello, Georgie. We're going to make a lovely cake.
I wish my mum was here.
Habe neine Shoes. Neine Shoes. Neine Shoes. No shoes.
Right, now we just have to go back to the future.
That's why I tell everyone to eat my shorts.
Oompa loompa doompa-dee-dee. If you are wise, you'll go out with me.
Yeah, I'm Mary Poppins. Give me super color. Fragilistic XP karaoke dotion.
The crystal of life, which will make us all be able to turn into little tiny mechanical butterflies.
My God, is that possible that we always have to listen to him?
I hate everything.
No! But George is my friend! You don't have any friends! Ah!
There you go. I did a little picture of us all earlier. I was doodling a little bit.
Like a virgin.
Oh, I love the U-bend. I like to get my hands inside the pipe.
I've ways to tickle you to death.
Continue this as Cockney Gerbils.
Extreme Improv XStreamed champion. Okay, and we are now going to be live. Hello, everyone. Hello.
He's going for it. But that basically should be the whole show, shouldn't it? Because we're going to play lots of improv games where we make up scenes, songs and stories based entirely on your suggestions.
So Chris, here's what you need to know.
We're going to get straight into our first game in a moment, but first of all, for everyone watching, we're going to need lots of suggestions from you throughout the show.
Give us lots and lots of suggestions.
Give the people what they want!
Okay.
But the first suggestion we're going to need is of a crime you would like to commit. So audience, still keep giving us suggestions of well-known characters from fiction.
Stealing Ronald McDonald's big shoes. The world has run out of ice cream.
We're going to do the dance of the headless chickens.
Okay, so we've got Rocky seducing a crocodile.
Okay.
The people what they want!
Give them what they want! Are going to play a game which is called Styles Clash.
Styles Clash?
Verbatim. We are going to move on to our final challenge of the show as an impression battle tournament. So,
Hello, Georgie. We're going to make a lovely cake.
I wish my mum was here.
Habe neine Shoes. Neine Shoes. Neine Shoes. No shoes.
Right, now we just have to go back to the future.
That's why I tell everyone to eat my shorts.
Oompa loompa doompa-dee-dee. If you are wise, you'll go out with me.
Yeah, I'm Mary Poppins. Give me super color. Fragilistic XP karaoke dotion.
the crystal of life, which will make us all be able to turn into little tiny mechanical butterflies.
My God, is that possible that we always have to listen to him?
I hate everything.
No! But George is my friend! You don't have any friends! Wah!
There you go.
I did a little picture of us all earlier. Doodling a little bit.
Like a virgin!
Oh, I love the U-bend. I like to get my hands inside the pipe.
I've ways to tickle you to death.
Continue this as Cockney Gerbils.
Extreme Improv XStreamed champion. Okay, and we are now going to be live. Hello, everyone. Hello.
He's going for it. But that basically should be the whole show, shouldn't it? Because we're going to play lots of improv games where we make up scenes, songs and stories based entirely on your suggestions.
So Chris, here's what you need to know.
We're going to get straight into our first game in a moment, but first of all, for everyone watching, we're going to need lots of suggestions from you throughout the show.
Give us lots and lots of suggestions.
Give the people what they want!
Okay.
But the first suggestion we're going to need is of a crime you would like to commit. So audience, still keep giving us suggestions of well-known characters from fiction.
Stealing Ronald McDonald's big shoes. The world has run out of ice cream.
We're going to do the dance of the headless chickens.
Okay, so we've got Rocky seducing a crocodile.
Okay.
The people what they want!
Give them what they want! Are going to play a game which is called Styles Clash.
Styles Clash?
Verbatim. We are going to move on to our final challenge of the show as an impression battle tournament. So
Hello, Georgie. We're going to make a lovely cake.
I wish my mum was here!
Carbon nine shoes. Nine shoes. No shoes.
Right. Now we just have to go back to the future.
That's why I tell everyone to eat my shorts.
Oompa loompa doopa-dee-dee. If you are wise, you'll go out with me.
Yeah, I'm Mary Poppins. Give me super califragilistic XP karaoke dotion.
The crystal of life, which will make us all be able to turn into little tiny mechanical butterflies.
My God, is that possible that we always have to listen to him?
I hate everything.
No! But George is my friend! You don't have any friends! Wah!
there you go.
I did a little picture of us all earlier. Doodling a little bit.
Like a virgin!
Oh, I love the U-bend. I like to get my hands inside the pipe.
I've ways to tickle you to death.
Continue this as Cockney Gerbils.
Extreme Improv XStreamed champion. Okay, and we are now going to be live. Hello, everyone. Hello.
going for it. But that basically should be the whole show, because we're going to play lots of improv games where we make up scenes, songs and stories based entirely on your suggestions.
So Chris, here's what you need to know.
We're going to get straight into our first game in a moment, but first of all, for everyone watching, we're going to need lots of suggestions from you throughout the show.
Give us lots and lots of suggestions.
Give the people what they want.
Okay.
But the first suggestion we're going to need is of a crime you would like to commit. So audience, still keep giving us suggestions of well-known characters from fiction.
Stealing Ronald McDonald's big shoes. The world has run out of ice cream.
We're going to do the dance of the headless chickens.
Okay, so we've got Rocky seducing a crocodile.
Okay.
The people what they want!
Give them what they want! Are going to play a game which is called Styles Clash.
Styles Clash?
Verbatim. We are going to move on to our final challenge of the show as an impression battle tournament. So
Hello, Georgie. We're going to make a lovely cake.
I wish my mum was here.
Carbon 9
Right, now we just have to go back to the future.
That's why I tell everyone to eat my shorts.
Oompa loompa doopity-dee. If you are wise, you'll go out with me.
Yeah, I'm Mary Poppins. Give me super califragilistic XP karaoke dotion.
Well, second to the last one we did, we tried to do the last one.
Yeah.
Just gonna get some water.
The crystal of life, which will make us all be able to turn into little tiny mechanical butterflies.
My God, is that possible that we always have to listen to him?
I hate everything.
Yes, I can. Hear me?
No! But George is my friend! You don't have any friends! Ah!
there you go.
I did a little picture of us all earlier. I was doodling a little bit.
Like a virgin!
Oh, I love the U-bend. I like to get my hands inside the pipe.
I've ways to tickle you to death.
Continue this as Cockney Gerbils.
Extreme Improv XStreamed champion. Okay, and we are now going to be live. Hello, everyone. Hello.
He's going for it. But that basically should be the whole show, because we're going to play lots of improv games where we make up scenes, songs and stories based entirely on your suggestions.
So Chris, here's what you need to know.
We're going to get straight into our first game in a moment, but first of all, for everyone watching, we're going to need lots of suggestions from you throughout the show.
Give us lots and lots of suggestions.
Give the people what they want.
Okay.
But the first suggestion we're going to need is of a crime you would like to commit. So audience, still keep giving us suggestions of well-known characters from fiction.
Stealing Ronald McDonald's big shoes. The world has run out of ice cream.
We're going to do the dance of the headless chickens.
Okay, so we've got Rocky seducing a crocodile.
Okay.
The people what they want!
Give them what they want! Are going to play a game which is called Styles Clash.
Styles Clash?
verbatim. We are going to move on to our final challenge of the show as an impression battle tournament. So
Hello, Georgie. We're going to make a lovely cake.
I wish my mum was here.
Aber nein, Schuss. Nein, Schuss. Nein, Schuss. No Schuss.
Right, now we just have to go back to the future.
That's why I tell everyone to eat my shorts.
Oompa loompa doopity dee. If you are wise, you'll go out with me.
Yeah, I'm Mary Poppins. Give me super califragilistic XP karaoke dotion.
The crystal of life, which will make us all be able to turn into little tiny mechanical butterflies.
My God, is that possible that we always have to listen to him?
I fruits everything.
No! But George is my friend! You don't have any friends! Ah!
there you go.
I did a little picture of us all earlier. I was doodling a little bit.
Like a vacuum.
Oh, I love the U-bend. I like to get my hands inside the pipe.
I've ways to tickle you to death.
Continue this as Cockney Gerbils.
Extreme Improv XStreamed champion.
Can I just say my news feed is telling me right now that the White House press secretary, Kayleigh McEnany, the only one with a reversible name, Kayleigh McEnany.
Okay, and we are now going to be live. Hello, everyone.
Going.
But I will say this for Kayleigh McEnany, determined to prevent America from...
But that basically should be the whole show, because we're going to play lots of improv games where we make up scenes, songs and stories based entirely on your suggestions.
So Chris, here's what you need to know.
We're going to get straight into our first game in a moment, but first of all, for everyone watching, we're going to need lots of suggestions from you throughout the show.
Give us lots and lots of suggestions.
Give the people what they want!
Okay.
You must be too flirty. Welcome, come on in.
But the first suggestion we're going to need is of a crime you would like to commit. So audience, still keep giving us suggestions of well-known characters from fiction.
Stealing Ronald McDonald's big shoes. The world has run out of ice cream.
We're going to do the dance of the headless chickens.
Okay, so we've got Rocky seducing a crocodile.
Okay.
The people what they want!
Give them what they want! Are going to play a game which is called Styles Clash.
Styles Clash?
Verbatim. We are going to move on to our final challenge of the show as an impression battle tournament. So
Hello, Georgie. We're going to make a lovely cake.
I wish my mum was here.
Aber nein, Schuss. Nein, Schuss. Nein, Schuss. No Schuss.
Right, now we just have to go back to the future.
That's why I tell everyone to eat my shorts.
Oompa loompa doopity dee. If you are wise, you'll go out with me.
Yeah, I'm Mary Poppins. Give me super califragilistic XP karaoke dotion.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
The crystal of life, which will make us all be able to turn into little tiny mechanical butterflies.
My God, is that possible that we always have to listen to him?
I fruits everything.
No! But George is my friend! You don't have any friends! Ah!
There you go.
I did a little picture of us all earlier. I was doodling a little bit.
Like a virgin!
Oh, I love the U-bend. I like to get my hands inside the pipe.
I've ways to tickle you to death.
Continue this as Cockney Gerbils.
Extreme Improv XStreamed champion. Okay, and we are now going to be live. Hello, everyone. Hello.
He's going for it. But that basically should be the whole show, because we're going to play lots of improv games where we make up scenes, songs and stories based entirely on your suggestions.
So Chris, here's what you need to know.
So we're going to get straight into our first game in a moment, but first of all, for everyone watching, we're going to need lots of suggestions from you throughout the show.
Give us lots and lots of suggestions.
Give the people what they want!
Okay.
I've not done this. The first suggestion we are going to need is of a crime you would like to commit. So, audience, still keep giving us suggestions of well-known characters from fiction.
Stealing Ronald McDonald's big shoes. The world has run out of ice cream.
We're going to do the dance of the headless chicken.
Okay, so we've got Rocky using a crocodile.
Okay.
The people what they want! Give them what they want!
Are going to play a game which is called Styles Clash. Verbatim. We are going to move on to our final challenge of the show as an impression battle tournament. So
Hello, Georgie. We're going to make a lovely cake.
I wish my mum was here!
Have nine shoes. Nine shoes. No shoes.
Right, now we just have to go back to the future.
That's why I tell everyone to eat my shorts.
Oompa loompa doompa-dee-dee. If you are wise, you'll go out with me.
Yeah, I'm Mary Poppins. Give me super califragilistic XP karaoke dotion.
The crystal of life, which will make us all be able to turn into little tiny mechanical butterflies.
My God, is that possible that we always have to listen to him?
I fruits everything.
No! But George is my friend! You don't have any friends! Ah!
there you go.
I did a little picture of us all earlier. I was doodling a little bit.
Like a virgin!
Oh, I love the U-bend. I like to get my hands inside the pipe.
I've ways to tickle you to death.
Continue this as Cockney Gerbils.
Extreme Improv.
Hey, we are now live. Hello there, everyone. Hello. Hello. So, audience, we're just going to first of all check that you can hear us. We're going to check that you can hear us. Can everyone shout hello?
Hello!
Yes, you can be heard, and I can see that I can be heard. So hopefully, audience, if there are any sound issues, do let us know. But I believe everyone can be heard. But, audience, you will see below me down on the screen in the suggestion box, we are asking you now for a suggestion of a guilty pleasure. We will need a suggestion of a guilty pleasure to inspire our first game. So please put suggestions of guilty pleasures into the first game whilst we do the introductions. My name is...
This doesn't count.
Sorry?
This doesn't count as a guilty pleasure.
But it could do. That might be interesting. But whilst we are getting those in, let's do the introductions. My name is David Postansky, and here is a fun little piece of trivia which I learnt about an hour ago. It is 3 years ago today, precisely, that there was the very first XStream Improv named activity. So technically, it is a 3-year anniversary, but it's only the 3-year anniversary of the first meeting under this name. Just for a little bit more of the history, the company overall has been going 10 years this September, so it's lots of anniversaries this year. So, on the show today, we have Danny. Say hello.
Hello, I've come back again.
Okay. We also have Damien.
Hi, everybody.
And Alan.
Hello, I'm Alan, and a bit of trivia I learned yesterday is that Christopher Walken had his 50th wedding anniversary last year.
Wow. Okay, Diz also is on the show.
Hello, everybody. I know no trivia.
And we also
Only important things.
We are also joined today for the first time by Chris. Excellent.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, there you go. I think you froze momentarily there. But hello, Chris. We also have for the first time as well, Marty.
Hello, everyone.
And we are joined for the first time as well by Zizi. Say hello.
Hello, everyone. I also have no trivia or main knowledge.
Excellent. Fantastic. It's going to be a fun show. No trivia or knowledge present. So we're going to move on to our first game. And our first game is what is known as Verbatim. And the way this works, we're going to play a game of Verbatim. The way it works is we will start off with Danny. We're going to start off with you today. You're going to perform a 30-second dramatic monologue, and you are going to do it based on the theme as suggested by the audience. We asked the audience for a suggestion of guilty pleasures, so audience continue to put suggestions of guilty pleasures in as you find the stream. We've got the suggestion of eating my children's sweets as suggested by Janie. So, eating my children's sweets. So you will have 30 seconds to perform this dramatic monologue. I'm going to spotlight your video, and here you go.
Well, I suppose it wasn't really mine for the taking, but at the same time, it was there for the taking. You know, it was just like stealing candy from a baby. My baby, granted, but you know, who cares? I mean, I found this in the fridge. I'm sure that they won't mind. I mean, it's just caramel. What are they going to do with that? Like, I don't know, stick it on a paper mache sort of art school project sort of thing. Nah.
And that is 30 seconds. Thank you very much there, Danny. Well done. So, in this game of Verbatim, as we always do, we're now going to come to another performer who will have 30 seconds to attempt to recreate Danny's original monologue. So, for this time, I am going to come to Zizi. Zizi, you will have 30 seconds to try to recreate what you have just seen Danny do. And here you go.
Oh, well, it was easy. It was a bit like taking candy from a baby, but obviously my baby. And I found this bit of tissue, which would have otherwise just, been in some kind of collage or maybe. Anyway.
And that is 30 seconds. Thank you very much there, Zizi. So, Now we are going to come to Damien. Damien, you will now have 30 seconds to recreate ZZ's recreation of Danny's original monologue. So for clarity, you are not recreating Danny, you are just recreating the performance as given by ZZ. And here you go.
Well, I was just sort of taking candy from a baby, you know, okay, it's my baby, I suppose, so maybe that's okay. The candy in particular was a tissue. I can't afford good candy for my baby. They were just going to put it into some sort of collage or something. And so I've got the tissue.
And that is 30 seconds. Well done there, Damien. So, in this game of verbatim, as we always do, we're going to take things full circle. So we're now going to ask Danny to have 30 seconds to recreate Damien's recreation of ZZ's recreation of his own original monologue. So once again, for clarity, Danny, you're not recreating ZZ here, you're just recreating Damien. Also, I'll say to the audience that as soon as Danny has done this final recreation in this round, it will be over to you to vote on who you felt did the best recreation of what came before. Keep in mind not to vote until after you've seen Danny, and that it won't be Danny's original performance, just this recreation that you'd be voting on here. So, over to Danny, and here you go.
Well, I suppose, you know, I was just taking candy from a baby. It was my baby. So, anyway, the candy in particular was this box of Kleenex tissues. I mean, I can't afford decent candy for my babies. I mean, it's just going to go for a collage or something.
And that is 30 seconds. So well done there. Audience, it is now voting time, as you will see in the suggestion box down below. It is voting time, so please vote. Who do you think did the best recreation of what came before? If you felt it was Danny at the end there, then vote for Danny. If you felt it was Damien just before that, vote for Damien. And if you felt it was ZZ before that, vote for ZZ. Whilst we wait for any audience votes to come in with their votes, that is right, then we will ask their fellow performers who they felt did the best recreation. So, first of all, Chris, who do you think did the best recreation of what came before?
Definitely Damien.
Definitely Damien, okay. Seems quite certain on that. Diz, how would you vote this one?
You know, I was going to give it to ZZ, but when it comes to recreation, I think Danny did the best job of reincorporating the tissue that had been introduced by ZZ. So I'm going to have to give it to Danny for that.
Okay, Marty, how would you vote this one?
Well, I was particularly moved by Damien's performance. I almost had to reach for tissue myself.
Okay, and lastly, Alan, how would you vote this one?
Well, I mean, the problem with a round of verbatim that went that well is that there's barely anything to say between the performers because they all recreated each other so effectively.
It's almost like they played the game.
Indeed. So what I'm going to say, rather than voting for anybody, is I'm going to pick out the fact that Danny appears to have a sponsorship deal with Kleenex because he was shoving that in our face the whole time. And I am going to vote negative Danny because at least he's getting paid to appear.
Okay, fantastic. So, we're going to come to the audience votes, but audience, I'm also just going to say check the suggestion box because the next thing we're going to need a suggestion of for an upcoming game is a famous movie. We're going to need a suggestion of a famous movie. But first, let's go over to the comments and let's see where we've got the votes. So, Livia on YouTube has voted for Danny. Oh, George.
Was she one for Kleenex?
I don't know. Right, let's have a look. What else? Kennedy Nikki on Facebook says Francine Wolf. I don't know what that refers to, but Francine, you've got to vote. So, fantastic. Maybe that's
probably
just
me.
tagging someone. Oh, it could be. Right,
I
okay.
change my vote to Francine Wolf as well, please.
Samuel O'George has voted for Damien. So, that's one for Damien, one for Danny.
Oh,
Janie has voted for Danny. Keely has voted for Danny, making it 3-1 to Danny. Max has voted for Damien, making it 3-2. Andrew Whittington on Facebook says, Damien's deadpan delivery gets my vote. So I think at this point I'm willing to say that yes, it is a tie in fact. 1-2. Hang on 1 second. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's 1-2. It's very close. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're tied up. Any other votes coming in from the audience? Otherwise, we will have to do a tie break. And we're going to do a tie break in 5, 4. Any time delay votes coming in? 3, 2, 1. Okay, so Damien and Danny, you are going to have to do a tie break between the two of you here. And the way we're going to do it is we're going to do it scavenger hunt style. And I will then make the judgment call here. So, finding something within your immediate environment from the room you are in, I'm going to give you 30 seconds to find an object that best represents unity. An object that best represents unity. And you have 30 seconds for it starting now. Whilst they're doing this, I'm just going to take the opportunity to say to our audience that we have another show tomorrow. It's our Friday matinee at 12 PM. So do make sure you tune in for that. If you haven't done so already, take a moment just to click the like button on Facebook or smash that red subscribe button down there on YouTube. If you're on Twitch, then click follow. Okay, so that is 30 seconds, just about. So we'll see what we've got. Danny, what do you have to represent unity?
So I have a roll of sellotape, and it can be used to unite things together. Not necessarily at their will, of course, but.
Okay, like it. And Damien, what do you have?
I have this hamster ball. This sphere, you see, isn't a sphere the ultimate representation of unity?
Okay, considering that at best you put a small animal into that thing and keep them prisoner for a little while whilst they're desperately trying to run away, I think I'm going to give this one to Danny. But if it had been a globe, I would have given it to you. So Danny, you win by taping people up rather than keeping hamsters
captive. It's a globe with no countries on it to show that we're all one people.
Too late, Damien. Okay, so we're going to play another round of verbatim, and starting us off this time, we're going to do a 4-stage version of it. Starting us off this time, we're going to have Diz. Diz, you will go first, and I will take another suggestion of a guilty pleasure that we asked the audience for earlier. And let's just have a look here. Guilty pleasure is Will Smith's Getting Jiggy With It. Will Smith's Getting Jiggy With It. So that song is your guilty pleasure. I'm going to spotlight your video. I'm going to give you 30 seconds, and here you go.
Oh, I love that song so much. It's so underrated. So underrated. I mean, you know, when you feel it move, I'm gonna get jiggy. Get jiggy with it. Oh my God. That's how I met my wife. My third wife, yes. But that's how we met. We were both getting jiggy with it at the local club, and it was so much fun. Just feel it move, and you just slide, and then you just slide again, and then and now we've got 3 kids.
And that is 30 seconds. Well done there, Diz. Lovely stuff. And so, moving this on, I am going to ask Chris. You will now have 30 seconds to recreate Diz's original performance as precisely as you can. And here you go.
That song, it's so overrated. I mean, getting jiggy with it, That's how I met my wife. We were at the club, at the local club, and that song came on. Getting jiggy with it, and just there's that slide. And now we have 3 kids.
Still got 4 seconds to go. And that is 30 seconds. Thank you so much there, Chris. So, moving things on, I am going to come to Marty. Marty, you will now have 30 seconds to recreate Chris's recreation of Diz's original monologue. So just for clarity, once again, you are not recreating Diz, you are just recreating Chris, and here you go.
Oh, that song, it's so underrated. I mean, it's the ooh, 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 getting jiggy with it. Ooh, 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 getting jiggy with it. And that's where I met my wife, was at a club, and they were playing that song, ooh, 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 getting jiggy with it. Ooh, 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 getting jiggy with it. And now we have 3 kids, and we have no money.
You have 7 seconds left.
And we thinking about having another child, actually, but we have to find some money first.
Okay, and that is 30 seconds. Thank you so much there, Marty. So, now we're going to come to Alan. Alan, you are now going to have 30 seconds to recreate Marty's recreation of Chris's recreation of Diz's own original monologue. And we're going to spotlight your camera, and here you go.
Oh, 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 that song, it's just so underrated, the way it goes, oh, 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 getting jiggy with it, oh, 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 getting jiggy with it, and that's where I met my wife. We were getting jiggy with it on the dance floor, we were just doing the slide with it, oh, 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 getting jiggy with it, and now we've got 3 kids and no money and 7 seconds left.
You got 7 seconds left now, actually.
Told you.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much, Alan. Very good working out accurate guessing of the time there. You were only 1 second out. But we are now going to take things full circle, because Diz, you will have 30 seconds to recreate Alan's recreation of Marty's recreation of Chris's recreation of your own original monologue. So, Diz, I'm going to put you onto Spotlight View in 1 moment. But first, I'm going to remind you, audience, that as soon as Diz has finished his recreation, it will be voting time, where you will vote on who did the best recreation of what came before. Either Diz, Alan, Marty, or Chris. But wait until you have seen Diz's performance, and here you go.
Oh, oh, that song, getting jiggy with it. Oh, 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 getting jiggy with it. That song is so underrated. You know, that's where I met my wife, was on the dance floor. We were getting jiggy with it. Oh, 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 and we'd slide to the left, slide to the right. Oh, 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 getting jiggy with it. And that's, I met my wife, and now we have 3 kids and no money and 7 seconds left.
You have exactly 7 seconds left.
Oh, to make another kid? Sure, sure. That's how we made the first 3.
And there you go. Excellent stuff. Like, the timekeeping gets better every single time. So, audience, it is now up to you. Who do you think did the best recreation of what came before? If you felt it was Diz just then vote for Diz. If you felt it was Alan who has disappeared from the screen, I'm sure he'll be back, then vote for Alan. If you felt it was Marty, put Marty. And if you felt it was Chris, then vote for Chris. But let's ask our fellow performers. ZZ, who would you give it to this time?
It was a tough one. It's a tricky one. I reckon Alan.
Okay, 1 vote for Alan. Damien, how would you vote this one?
Oh, first of all, I want to just sort of say how wonderful it is that we're keeping intellectual discourse so alive during this difficult lockdown period with speeches like this. And then I'm going to give it to Alan. I think it was, as the kids would probably say, a sick move to name the number of seconds at the right point in the movie, in the story. I thought that was really good.
Okay. And Danny, how would you vote this?
Yeah, I know everyone, I think, did a really good job. But I think I can't vote for one. That's the problem. I've got to give it to Alan and Diz.
Ooh.
Both, again, for the same reason as Danny's pointed out. You know, that timekeeping was just spot on.
Okay.
Do you want the Dan or the NY, Diz?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Do you want the Dan or the NY?
I'll take either one the one you don't want.
NY, it's like London, but with even ruder people.
Okay.
So, let's see what we've got in the comments. So, first of all, we've got Samuel O'George on YouTube has said, Diz just about edges it for me. Smiley face. Janie votes for Diz. Max on Facebook has voted for Alan. Janie then says Babe. Oh no, that's because I asked for a movie. I wondered what that was about there. Right. She was like, Diz, Babe. Right.
No,
okay.
that's a vote. No, that's a vote for me.
Oh, it might be. Styles Clash has voted for Diz on Twitch. Livia has voted Diz, and I think at this stage, any more votes coming through, I am willing to call it that Diz, you have won this round. So well done there.
Well
2,
played,
4,
sir.
6, 7.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so next up we are going to come to a game which is known as a random alphabet scene. A random alphabet scene. So this is going to be a tricky one for our several new players on the show today, and if any others haven't done it yet. But the way it works, if you know a traditional alphabet scene in improv, there will be 2 performers, and every time the next actor says the next line of dialogue, it has to start with the next letter of the alphabet. I've decided not to do that, so instead we are going to do a random alphabet scene, where every time another actor says the next line of dialogue, it has to begin with a letter of the alphabet that hasn't previously been used to start a line of dialogue. Also, just to make it a little bit harder, you're not allowed to put it into any recognisable pattern of ABC, CBA going backwards, or QWERTY. I will call you out if I see that any of these have been done. So you have to use the alphabet in a random order. I will be checking it off like on a game of bingo, and starting us off on this is Alan and Danny. Alan and Danny, you are going to start us off on this. I asked the audience for suggestions of well-known movies, so if everyone else can kill their camera view for a minute, we're going to see how far we can get. And I'm going to also ask our audience, please give suggestions of well-known characters from fiction, plus people from history and their secrets. Okay, Danny and Alan, I'm going to see what the well-known movie we've been suggested to do this set within, and we have here the movie Ace Ventura Pet Detective. Ace Ventura Pet Detective. So I would like you to do a scene as if it's a lost scene from Ace Ventura Pet Detective. Every time you speak, you have to use a starting letter of the alphabet that has not previously been used. Ace Ventura Pet Detective, and here you go.
Xerxes, my pet lemur, has gone missing. Please, Ace, can't you do something?
Alrighty then. Where do we start?
Jubilation would be completely inappropriate. Let's fan out and find him across this local area of jungle.
Brilliant idea. Right. Okay. Do we have everything that we need for this?
Quantifiably everything we could possibly use.
Very well. Let's go!
Zoology is your specialist subject. You lead the way.
Everybody knows that. Are you just going to stand there, or are you just going to come with me? I don't know where I'm going. I think I'm just going head first into this rainforest.
Koala juice has left me high as a kite. You lead on and I'll stumble over the tree roots behind you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Good God, it's dank in here.
No, my monkey's gone. Where did it go?
Conceivably anywhere.
So sad. But wait, isn't that what we're looking for?
Unbelievably, yes it is.
Inconceivable. Quickly, before it gets away.
Holy Christ, it's moving quickly.
Oh, and we went I, then H. So we went backwards, which is a recognisable pattern. I don't allow two in a row next to each other like that.
Sorry, Danny, 2 in a row.
So that was spectacular. Well done.
Wow.
Well done.
Sorry, Danny, my bad. Well played, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, we do not allow versions of ABC or CBA. If there was another pattern that I could notice forming, then I'd call you out on it. But that was spectacular. So that means, Danny, you won that individual round. But as a team, you managed to go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 letters of the alphabet, which I think is a record for this game. So, next up, I'm going to trust that our other performers are there, but I will come to them later in this case. We are going to have Chris and Damien. Chris and Damien to also play this round. You, as a team, trying to beat 17 letters, and we will also see if there is an individual winner. Danny, if you could kill your camera.
Yeah,
okay, Damien and Chris, we're going to say that the film you are working on if it is a missing scene from The Lion King. A missing scene from The Lion King. And here you go.
Don't look now, but pretty sure there are some zebras coming.
Zebras?
Yes, zebras.
Yeah, zebras, yes, that goes Z, then Y. Oh, I'm so sorry, Damien. So,
Wow,
your face
sorry,
said it all
Chris.
there. So, you managed
No.
a spectacular 2 letters of the alphabet, which we're breaking records today. That has gone from our best result yet to our worst, but we thank you for that regardless. But Chris, you won that game, but as a team, you may not get the full bragging rights today. That's unfortunate. So, could we have Marty and ZZ next, please? Marty and ZZ, if everyone else can kill their cameras. And we will do another round of this. This may be over as a quicker round of this game than I was expecting, but we're going to see. I didn't mean for you guys, I meant overall. Okay, this is going to be set as if it is the movie Avatar. The movie Avatar. You are in the movie Avatar, random alphabet patterns, and here you go.
Do you see those big blue people?
Blue people? Yes. Yes, they're big, aren't they? They're very tall.
They are the biggest people I've ever seen.
Crikey. This place is strange.
Many people have explored this planet, but I don't think they've ever seen these giant blue people before.
You're right. It's quite bizarre, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yes, it is quite beautiful.
Oh, we've had a repetition of the letter Y has already been used. So, well done. That means, ZZ, you win that as an individual game. But as a team, you got through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 letters. 6 letters. And so that means... Okay. Well, okay, so we've got 8 performers. And that's... Because I'm seeing it. Diz, you haven't had a go. Let's give... Damien, let's give you another chance, and then Chris, you won that, so I'm going to give Damien a chance to redeem himself, and we'll start the next game with you, Chris. Audience, continue to put suggestions of characters from fictional, people from history, plus their secrets, into the suggestion box. ZZ, if you can kill your camera for a moment. Okay, let's see how we can do here. This is going to be as if it is the movie Blade Runner. You are in the movie Blade Runner. Random alphabet scene, and here you go.
I'm looking for replicants.
You won't find any replicants around here.
Why not?
Seriously, they've all gone and hidden themselves in refrigerators.
Beautiful. How am I ever supposed to find them if they're hidden in the refrigerators?
One has to look pretty deep.
Maybe I could look in ice boxes?
Come over here, I'll open one up for you.
Absolutely terrifying. That is the worst cut of meat I've ever seen come out of an ice box.
Eyeballs are pretty gross when they're frozen, aren't they?
Patton.
Alan, I'm the judge. Guys, keep going.
Indubitably.
A-E-I-O-U is the order of vowels, so A then E.
Alan, I am the judge. I'm going to mute you in a minute.
Indubitably. They're horrible.
Wait, indubitably, we've already had I. Right, Alan, we need to have...
I was repeating what I just said to start the thing up again.
Oh, I'm just going to end it here.
Actually,
right,
we had eyeballs, not I, so indubitably wasn't wrong.
But I've already marked off the letter I and E.
That's because I said it, then Alan interrupted, then I said it again to get things back
Oh my
online.
goodness. All right, I'll let you guys continue. Right, go for it.
I'm going to do it a third time. Indubitably. They look horrible in that icebox.
Just gonna
IJ!
press this on your
Okay.
shoulder there.
Okay, you did go wrong there, but Alan, I'm muting you. How many times? I'm the judge. Right, everyone come back. Everyone come back. Right. Naughty Alan, naughty. Noticing the pattern of A-E-I-O-U. Was that a genuine thing, guys? Were you aware of that?
We weren't aware of it.
Oh, so I'd
it
need
was
to
true.
look back to check it. I would need
Was
to
it
look
true?
back to check it.
Yeah, if you'd been aware of it, you wouldn't have done it, obviously.
No, that's true.
Alan,
No, I
that
might
is
have
like
tried to slip
Rain
it
Man
past.
stuff to spot that, though. That is like, honestly, it's Dustin Hoffman here. Okay, we're moving...
I'm only here as part of your quota. There's no point criticising me for it.
Right, okay. Let's...
Can we get Alan a powdered wig to wear during these shows?
Yeah. Okay, so we are going to move on. But Alan, after all of your protesting, I could say that your team won. So well done, Alan and Danny.
He knew
So-
we were about to hit. We were about to beat his team. He knew.
I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it.
Technicality, yeah.
Okay,
absolutely.
so audience, we need more suggestions of characters from fiction and people from history, plus their secrets, as we are going to move on to our next game, which is going to be an extreme monologue. The way this works is our performers will perform a monologue, but they are not allowed to repeat any words whatsoever, and they are also not allowed to hesitate, which we count as an extended pause or saying things like or Alan, you'll be pleased that Ruth Curtis in the comments has said poor Alan. So she feels for you with all of the naughty stepping that you were getting in that round. Okay, he won though, Ruth. He won. What can I say? So, we are going to start this off with Chris, as I said. So, Chris, you're going to attempt to perform a monologue. You're not allowed to repeat any words whatsoever. And that includes small words like a and the and in. You are also not allowed to hesitate, which we count as saying things like or having an extended pause. The character we would like you to be is David Beckham, and you want to do ballet. You are David Beckham, and you want to do ballet. So let's put you onto the big screen. Now, on this game, everyone else, you can interject. If you notice any mistakes being made, you can call out freeze. That is fine for this game. And here...
No, I don't feel like it now.
Okay. And here you go.
I was sitting in the bath last night when it came to me that I don't really want to play football anymore.
Oh, repetition of the word I. Repetition of the word I. I'm so sorry. That was 9 seconds though, Chris. 9 seconds. Repetition of the word I. So, I feel mean actually. I might give you another version, because in letting you go first, I also put a performer that hasn't done the game before through to the wolves. So I might be kind later. Okay, so we are going to come to Diz. You can go next. You've played this game plenty. Right. So, for this, I would like you to be George Clooney. Secretly loves Batman and Robin, and he watches it every day, as suggested by Andrew Whittington on Facebook. You are George Clooney, you secretly love Batman and Robin, and you watch it every day. And here you go.
People ask why I made that movie. Of course, it's because Batman, who wouldn't want to be that?
Is there
I said that twice.
Oh, 15 seconds and you called time on
Self-selected.
yourself. Well done though, Diz. So 15 seconds is the time to beat. Next up, we're going to come to you, Alan. So let's find a character for you here, Alan. Alan, you are Billy Bunter. Your Billy Bunter is really skinny and wears a fat suit. You are Billy Bunter and you are secretly really skinny and you wear a fat suit. And here you go.
Yaroo, chaps! Owl of the remove my buttocks! Choose as they may, to claim one is the greatest bumbling Labmeister in Greyfriars, nevertheless, when the postal order comes through, my God!
Oh, was that a freeze? Freeze at 30 seconds. What's the challenge? I think there was a repetition of that as well. So, Alan, I'm going to call that 30 seconds. Well done. Next
Can I have a bonus point for knowing who Billy Bunter is?
Yeah, definitely. Greyfriars School. How does anyone else here not know who Billy Bunter is?
No,
I have no idea.
no idea.
Amazing. Frank Richards is the most prolific writer in the English language. There's a little factoid for you.
Really?
So,
Frank Richards? Agatha Christie?
Yep.
Joan
It's
Collins?
Frank Richards.
Wow.
Yeah, how about that? So, okay, the reason I know that is my dad really likes Billy Bunter books, and he once came to my dad's school when he was a child, so it is an old school thing. So,
Cool enough.
next up, we are going to come to Damien. Damien, so let's find a character for you. Okay, who have we got here? All of these are like, okay, so Billy Bunter wasn't real, but there's lots of famous people that we've got today. You are Matthew McConaughey, and you hate yogurt. You are Matthew McConaughey, and you hate yogurt, I should say, as we have American friends on the show today. So you're Matthew McConaughey, and you hate yogurt. And here you go.
Freeze.
What? Okay, what's the challenge?
Well, he's doing a Matthew McConaughey impression, so repetition of mumbling.
Okay, he hasn't got there yet, but we enjoyed your interruption. But within the rules of...
You're assuming I know who Matthew McConaughey is, so...
Okay, so we're going to restart that, but you actually start on 4 seconds there, and you hadn't said a word yet. So here you go.
Thanks, Nicholas.
Peeling off the top of the yogurt, dipping a spoon in, and taking a mouthful. Yum. It's better than anything. I defy you to find something nicer than yogurt.
Oh,
freeze! Damn it!
Repetition of van.
Oh, repetition of van at 27 seconds there, plus the original 4 seconds means Damien, you were in the lead by 1 second. So you were in the lead by 1 second.
Are we allowed to read the word on the card, by the way?
So,
no, it's extreme.
No, there's nothing about what's on the card. It doesn't work when it's a monologue, because a monologue shouldn't be static and stuck. It should always keep moving forward. So, let's move on to Marty. Marty, you are going to go next, and let's find a... Oh, we found out who Francine Wolf is. So it was just someone being tagged to watch it, because she has now replied to Kennedy Nikki, and she says that she is watching. We welcome you, Francine. So we're going to give you another famous person in the suggestions. You're going to be Brad Pitt. Wishes he was taller. Brad Pitt wishes he was taller. And here you go.
I've always felt like I'm too short. I need to be tall.
Freeze. Wait, it was Ive and then I. Ive and then I.
No. We've had Ive, I'm, and I. None of those are the same word.
Okay.
Carry on.
Incorrect challenge, and here you go.
So I'm gonna start stretching myself.
Oh, repetition of I'm, but that does put you at 20 seconds. I do apologise there. Okay, you've got 20 seconds done, which is a good go. So, next up... hang on. Oh, tell you what, so Francine Wolf has also just commented to reply to what I'd said. She said, I'm a producer of Improv in the USA, thanks. Oh, who are you with? Who do you do it with? Or is it just you are the producer of all Improv in the USA? Because that's exciting. Bring me back over there. I haven't been to the US, actually. Last time I was in the US doing it, I was in Seattle as a coincidence, Marty. So...
well, there's a lot of improv here.
So who do you do it with in Seattle, out of interest?
I'm with a group called Up North Players. They're an offshoot of Unexpected Productions.
That Unexpected Productions, I went and did a couple of shows with them. So That's cool.
Yes.
Don't ask me to name who I was doing stuff with, because I met them 20 minutes before the show and couldn't remember by the time it was 5 minutes before the show. But they had lots of good character names. So, next up, ZZ. Let's come over to you, and let's find a character for you to play as. You are going to be Adrian Edmondson, looking in the fridge for a late night snack. Okay? And here you go.
So I'm gonna open my fridge and try and find something to eat, because I am really hungry.
Oh, really, at 12 seconds. You know what you did there, ZZ. Okay, so we're going to move things on to our next player. Our next player is... Who hasn't been? Danny. Danny, you've not been. Then I will go, and then I am going to be fair and give Chris a second shot at this, because I was so cruel. Okay, let's have a look. Who we've got here. You are Paul McCartney. Your secret is that you go commando. You are Paul McCartney. Your secret is you go commando. And here you go.
Who needs underwear? I don't. I've always gone commando.
Freeze.
Freeze at 12 seconds. What's the challenge?
Paul McCartney is not a Brummie.
Okay, so that's an incorrect challenge. That's an incorrect challenge. Okay. Right. It's further up north than Portsmouth. It's good enough for me. And here you go.
Don't tell Lennon. He'll be fuming. Imagine what Yoko would do. Crikey. Never mind Heather Mills. Just off and in the bin. Don't need... I said don't twice.
Oh, someone else has called themselves, but at 26 seconds plus your original 12, that puts you in the lead with 38 seconds, Danny. So, well done there. Alan has struck again. His interruption probably gave you the advantage to win there. So, I haven't gone. I'm going to give myself a go. I'm not going to play too much tonight, but I do want to have a go at this. I'm not going to go for very long. Let's see who I have got a suggestion to be. Doc Brown is scared of driving fast. Doc Brown is scared of driving fast. And here we go.
Great Scott, Marty! Don't push your pedal down so flat!
Please.
What?
Repetition, you did exactly the same thing in 1955.
Okay, so that's 8 seconds and I will restart that. Alan, we're going to mute you very soon. Okay. Here I go.
Martin McFly, listen to me! 88 miles per hour will get you back to the future! But 22 is safer! So, on the horse...
You had the before.
Oh, shoot. Okay, that wasn't enough to win it.
And the future.
Okay, that was not enough to win it by 2 seconds. So, Danny, you look like you're going to win this, but Chris, we're going to give you a let. We're going to give you an opportunity to come back. Let's see if we've got one more character for you. You will be George W. Bush, and you let cats lick peanut butter off your face. You're George W. Bush, and you let cats lick peanut butter off your face, and here you go.
I have faced many challenges as President of these United States. However, one remains. Perhaps the most devious...
Freeze at 15 seconds. What challenge?
No. I think he said these.
Oh, you're right. I'm very sorry.
Incorrect
Chris.
challenge,
You did say
Chris.
these. Sorry.
Okay, and here you go.
Devious, daring enemies of our nation, cats. They remain at large, licking all threads.
Freeze! You said remain right at the beginning. Only one thing remains. Incorrect challenge. I do forgive. I apologise. You go again, and here you go.
All spreads, savory, sweet, dessert, main course, tongues work endlessly to remove our liberties from the faces of...
Oh, repetition of the at
Definitely
20
a
seconds,
there.
which mean that your overall time, Chris, is 50 seconds, and you win that round. Well done there. Well done. Incredible comeback. So look at that. That was almost a hustle. You went first, and you lulled us into a false sense of security, and then you came back with a 50-second round. So we are going to move on to our next game. Audience, I asked you for suggestions of an ambition you had as a young child. An ambition you had as a young child. We're going to move on to our next game. Our next game is going to be what is known as body language. So audience, I'm also going to need suggestions of body parts. Some suggestions of body parts. The way body language works is that our performers will perform a scene and they are each going to be assigned a body part. As much as possible, they have to use that body part as creatively as they can in the scene. Now, audience, I'm going to ask you to be forgiving of the fact that we are in our virtual boxes, so you cannot see anything in our no-no squares. So, let's have a look at an ambition we had as young children. Oh, lots of comments from Francine, or Francine, I'm not sure how it should be pronounced. So she said, after saying that she says yes, she is the producer of every improv in the USA. But then she says, Half-Baked Boomer was my solo improv show. Sounds a cool name for a show. And she says, I'm also producing a virtual show now. Get the plugs. I don't mind doing shout-outs to other shows. We're happy to support anyone else in the improv community. So let us know what it is and where to find it. Okay, Ruth Curtis has said her ambition was literally paint London town red. I like it. To literally paint London town red. Okay, let's have a look. Performing in this game of body language will be Diz, will be Alan, will be Zizi, and will be Marty. So Diz, Alan, Zizi, and Marty, you will be in this game. And let's find some body parts. So if everyone else kills their camera, who's not in this one? There we go. So, as much as you can, Marty, I would like you to make as much creative use of your eyes as possible. Make as much creative use of your eyes as possible. Diz, make as much creative use as your nose as possible. Okay, so Diz, you have been assigned your nose. Zizi, your smallest finger, as suggested by Janie on Twitch. Your smallest finger. And Ruth suggests for Alan, your right ear. Your right ear. Okay, and this is going to be a scene about literally painting London town red. Not alliteration, of body language, and here you go.
Well, if you've got any suggestions, I'm right here.
Don't mean to be nosy, Governor, but what are we going to do with all this paint?
Well, I thought we might paint the Globe Theatre.
Yeah, I could put my finger right on it.
Yeah, that would be the pinnacle of my career.
I can see it now. It's big as
Globe,
life.
nobody knows what that is these days. They've moved it so many times since the plague.
Yeah, well, I think it's about time we brought the hammer down.
Perhaps we can just sit and take a moment to think, and we might be able to come up with a great idea.
No, there's no time to think. Revolutions are built on the anvil of progress.
Paint
stinks. I see.
I'm not sure about that.
Stir up the stirrup, stir up the paint and let us get to it.
I'm trying to think over here.
There's no need to think because I have got the go-ahead from the Oracle. Seriously, Oracle, A-U-R-I-C-L-E.
I've given it a good stir. Now
knows nothing about no puns, Governor.
Stir it in a spiral fashion, like a helix.
Like this?
Yes.
Ooh.
Could you hold it closer so I can see?
It's already in the cart, large as it can possibly cartilage as it can possibly be.
Listen, I've got a nose to pick with you. You said we was going to be painting the town red. You said we was going to be making off with murder with everybody that got in our way. All we've been doing is standing around, sniffing paint, getting high.
Don't start on me, mate, or I'll drum you out of town.
Oh, 20 lashes for him.
All right. Calm down. Tim Panic is not going to help us. Tim Panic is not going to help us.
I'm just going to suggest someone play you a timpani.
Sniff my finger.
Oh, that stinks, love. No, that stinks.
Get your finger out of my eye.
Get out my
Definitely.
It's a bit red, though.
And trim your nails, for God's sake.
Okay, and scene. Well done there, guys. Well done. So, audience, it is now voting time. Who do you think made the best creative use of the body part they were assigned? If you think the eyes have it, then vote for Marty. If you say ear, then vote for Alan. If you want to finger... No, that sounds wrong. If... I meant sort of in an accusing way, not anything else. Right, if you want to point the finger of blame at ZZ, do that. And, Diz, I forget what you were doing now. Right, so... Oh yeah, who knows what Diz was doing?
Reminder, Al.
Then vote for Diz. So, whilst we wait for the audience votes to come in, let's find out. Danny, who would you vote for here?
Well, again, another good sort of performance from everyone all around, especially with ZZ and the actual physical use of her finger. But for this one, I want to give it to Marty just for the commitment of the eye.
Yeah, certainly. Okay, Chris, who would you vote for?
Yeah, every time Marty came on, it kind of terrified me a bit. It was haunting, really. So just so that he never does it again, I'll vote for him.
Interesting. And Damien, how would you put this one over?
I think I was blown away by Alan's biological and anatomical knowledge. That was some very good punnage there.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Fantastic. So we are going to also move on to another game in a moment. But first, I'm going to tell the audience, please put your suggestions for characters from fiction or people from history, plus unusual things for them to be doing, because we will soon be moving into our finale game. But first, we are going to definitely be having another game of this, in fact. We might do one or two more. But we'll be having another game of this, which this time will have Damien, Chris, Danny, and myself. We are going to play Body Language one more time. In fact, yeah, we're going to play Body Language. I was going to switch over to Immobilize, but I won't. So we're going to do Body Language. So, can everyone else kill their camera view for a moment? And let's see what the... Oh, I'm telling you to kill the camera view. You may be interested to know what the votes were, because I didn't actually announce it. So you can come back one moment if you wish to. So let's have a look what we've got here. We've got votes for Alan. Marty gets my vote. For commitment to the role, says Samuel. Oh, George, taking his glasses off, effectively blinding himself whilst trying to use his eyes. See what you're doing, Alan. Alan, you won that round, basically. Okay, so let's move back on to where we were. But, okay, let's have a look. So, let's find out what this is about. An ambition as a child. Let's see what it was. To climb Mount Everest, as suggested by Samuel. Oh, George. Climb Mount Everest. So this will be a scene about climbing Mount Everest. Let's have a look. Damien, you have to use your tongue as much as you can in this scene. You have to use your tongue as much as you can in this scene. Danny, you have to use your right eye as much as you can in this scene. Your right eye. Chris, you have to use your cheeks as much as you can. And I will have to use my nostrils as much. Yeah, which ones? It's up to him. Right, you have to use your cheeks as much as you can, and I have to use my nostrils as much as I can. And we are attempting to climb Mount Everest. We are attempting to climb Mount Everest, and here we go.
Mikey, that's a long way up, isn't it?
I don't think I can breathe the altitude, and we haven't even started, really.
I was just adjusting my lens there. But yeah, I think the weather's not so bad. I think we could make that.
What are those little clouds called? The name, it's right on the the tip of my
Isn't it like Cumulus Nostralis?
I mean, I'm no meteorologist, so I might have to just think about that for a second.
Meteorology. Where you're going with that, but I don't think that's quite right.
Right. So first of all, before we go any further, as we try and reach the peak, we need to see if we've got all of our equipment. Who here has a pick? Who here's got a pick? Has anyone got a pick?
I don't got a pick, but it's alright if I bring one of my pupils with me.
You can bring the right pupil with you as long as they're the right one.
I've got patches all over my bag. Do you like my taste in patches and stuff?
That's why your taste is getting
Nose, I don't. Nose.
Oh, I thought I was supposed to be the cheeky one.
Achoo!
There's cheek there.
Oh, sorry. What's the chances of us catching this corona up here? Because it's going to be like floating around, but it'll freeze at this altitude, won't it? Achoo!
You've blinded me. Jeez, that went right in my eye.
Oh, sorry. I'm just gonna get me some tissues. I'll plug things up a bit. It'll be all right. Whew. Right then.
Fine. I got some of my own. I packed some with me.
Oh, yeah, you're sponsored. I forgot. Right. So then, I'm ready to go.
I'm sorry, guys, but I finished all the Kendall mint cake.
You what?
We've got no more rations.
You're ready already?
I thought I'd just hamster it. Like carry it up in my cheeks, but...
Well, I keep an extra supply up here. Oh, let's see what I've got. Oh, lovely. I can eat this for days, I can.
Before we go, there's a pole here. I just got to...
Right, okay. I don't mean to be nosy, but who picked this guy to come? Look at him, he's a right muppet, he is.
Well, you told me to bring the right pupil. I didn't know that he flunked his exams, did I?
And scene, well done. So we're going to move on after this, but first, audience, it is once again voting time. Who do you think made the best use of the body part they were assigned? If you felt that it was me with my nostrils, then vote for David. If you have a right eye for Danny, then vote for Danny. If you can't believe the cheek of Chris, then vote for cheeky Chris. And if, I always forget what the fourth person is. Tongue? Yeah, the tongue of Damien. Of course it's your tongue, you just got it stuck to a pole. Okay, so we're going to find out what the audience felt. But first of all, Alan, who would you vote for there?
Well, David, I have to say that you gave your nostrils a certain amount of flair. But I think I'm going to have to give it to Danny, purely because of the way he accepted the offer of getting spat in the eye like that. I thought that was a nice touch. So well done, Danny. My vote's with you.
Well, I can say I'm very giving, and that's why you got that there. Right, so, okay. Marty, who would you vote for?
I am going to vote for... I'm going to vote for you, David, because I really enjoyed all of the especially the tissue in the nose scene. That was wonderful.
Thank you. Okay, Diz, who would you vote for?
Yes, I also have to vote for you, David, simply because you did what I was unable to do, which is make the nose work there. So, well done.
Okay, and ZZ?
Kudos.
My vote's gonna have to be with Danny because I like the way he looked. Thought he did well.
Okay, lovely. Let's see if we've got votes coming through, and we do. We've also got lots of suggestions. Audience, I'll also just remind you that we need lots of suggestions because we are going to move on to our finale round. We're going to need suggestions of characters from fiction and people from history, plus unusual things for them to be doing. But let's have a look how the votes have gone. Samuel O'George on YouTube has voted for David and puts a smiley face. Thank you there, Sam. Max has voted for David on Facebook. Andrew Whittington on Facebook has voted for Damien. Janie has said David. Ruth has said David. I think that I've probably won it here. Ruth also comments, the pick was particularly apt. So, I think at that stage I can say that I won that round. So, well done me, but well done to all of the other performers as well. And we are now going to move on to our finale round, which, as it often is on this show, is going to be an impression battle royale. An impression battle royale. So, just to... Oh, hang on 1 second. 1 second. Sorry.
Did I get another 10 votes or something?
Okay. Right. Okay. Don't worry. So, I forgot what I was saying. So, sorry about that. I just had to deal with a technical difficulty issue. Right. We are going to do an impression battle royale in which all of our performers are going to do battle with each other doing impressions. Don't expect them to be the best impressions because we're going to get them to do impressions of characters they don't even know who they're doing yet, and they're going to be doing unusual things. Starting us off on this, we are going to have Damien and ZZ. Damien and ZZ, you will go first, and I'm going to start off with Damien. I'm going to spotlight your video, and let's find someone for you to do. Okay, so Damien, I would like you to do an impression. Let's have a look. Of Mary Poppins producing crack cocaine, as suggested by our fellow performer Ruth Curtis. She would like you to be Mary Poppins making crack cocaine. And here you go.
Now, come around, children, and we're all going to gather up, and that's right, you've got to pound up the powder until it's nice and fine, very nice and fine. No, Thomas, you've got to work harder on it than that. If you don't get it nice and fine, we won't be able to get it all into people's lungs in powder and smoke form, will we? Now then, that's right, you've got to mix it up with the acid. And now, if you be quiet, because the policeman's going past. And then we mix it all together, and now you all go together and go out onto the streets and sell it to the public. Off you go, my darlings, off you go!
Excellent, well done there. Well done, Damien. Lovely stuff. Okay, ZZ, we're going to come to you next. Let's find a different character for you to do. And let's see who you're going to be. You are going to be Mickey Mouse, trying his hand at death metal. You are Mickey Mouse trying his hand at death metal. Lovely. Okay, and here you go.
Hello, everyone. So I'm going to play for you some really nice classical music. Did you like it? Did you like it? Yes! There we go.
Okay, and well done there. Well done there, ZZ. So, audience, it is voting time. Who do you vote for there? If you vote for ZZ as Mickey Mouse, put ZZ or Mickey Mouse. If you vote for Damien as Mary Poppins, put Damien or Mary Poppins. Once again, we're going to quickly ask our fellow performers who they vote for. Audience, if you're going to vote, get your votes in sharpish, just because we can keep things going. So, Chris, how would you vote that round?
I would say ZZ's commitment to the scream at 20 to 10 at night. She doesn't care who else is in the house. She doesn't care about her neighbours. She's given it 110.
Okay. Alan, how would you vote this one?
I'm slightly disappointed in that both people were given the opportunity to do some rhyming and they both turned it down. On that basis, I've got to vote for the death metal because at least you can't hear what those fuckers are saying.
Okay. Marty, how would you vote this one?
Oh, this one was very close, but I'm going to go with Damien because he really embodied the spirit of Mary Poppins there for me.
Okay. Excellent. So, right, let's also find out what you thought, Danny.
Those are both. I can agree with Alan that there could have been some rhyming there, but both did a pretty good job either way. I would probably say ZZ's got this one. Sorry, Damien.
Okay. And let's find out, Diz, what would you say?
Two childhood treasured memories shattered, ruined, right there within the space of a minute. But I'm a fan of, huh? I'm a fan
you mean both Mickey Mouse and death metal?
Yeah, Mickey Mouse and death metal was what my parents used to put me to sleep with, and rum. But I'm gonna go with Damien because once a long time ago I knew somebody that knew something or a thing or two about crack. So there you go.
Okay.
Well done, Damien. Very accurate.
So, let's have a look in the votes. So, Ruth Curtis.
Okay.
Ruth Curtis has voted for Mickey Mouse on Twitch. Max on Facebook says Damien. Andrew on Facebook says Mickey Mouse. So that's 2 for Mickey Mouse, 1 for Mary Poppins. Janie says Damien, so that's 2 apiece. Samuel O'George says ZZ, so that makes it 3-2. Do we have any more votes coming through? I'm going to give you a few seconds just to see if there are any more votes coming through. Okay. Going once. At this point, I'll remind you that we have another show tomorrow, which is our Friday matinee at 12 p.m. Going twice. I'd also like to thank all of our guest performers and regulars for coming on the show today. And going 3 times. And I'm running out of things to say to vamp along the way, so I will call it there. That it is ZZ. You have won. So well done. ZZ, you go through that round. We're going to move on to our next pairing. And we are going to have Danny and Marty. Danny and Marty. So first of all, we're going to come to Danny. And we're going to find a character for you, Danny. Let's see who we've got here. So you are going to be Banana Man, removing himself from a split. You are Banana Man, removing yourself from a split.
Any kind of split?
Up to you, interpret it as you will. And here you go.
I'm Banana Man, and I am gonna split. Okay, can someone help me up? Oh wow, I slipped on a banana peel. Oh, I think I got out. No, I'm still stuck. I'm now a little kid again.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much, Danny. So, Danny, and who else did I say was in this round? Marty. Let's come to Marty. Danny and Marty. So, Marty, you'll be next. Let's find a character for you. You are going to be...
Because if I'd moved the camera down, you would have actually seen me doing the splits.
Oh, we understand that completely. Yeah,
we believe you.
Yeah, we do. Okay, so Marty, you are going to be Vin Diesel reading poetry. Vin Diesel reading poetry. And here you go.
I am Vin. I sometimes grin. Other times I feel thin. But then when I'm not out, I'm in. So I shall finish this story with a grin.
Excellent stuff. Well done there. Well done. So, audience, it is once again voting time. Do you vote for Marty? I thought you were just going to say, I am Groot, repeatedly, and leave it there, because he played Groot. So,
I could have done that.
Yeah, because when you went, I am, and I was like, oh my god, it's just Groot, and that's all you need to say. but he went the extra mile. So are you going to vote for Vin Diesel as played by Marty, or are you going to vote for Banana Man? When Eric had a banana, he became Danny. So if you vote for Danny playing Banana Man, put Danny or Banana Man. If you vote for Marty playing Vin Diesel, vote Marty or Vin Diesel. Whilst we wait for the votes to come through, let's start off. Damien, who would you vote for?
I liked the. They're both brilliant, but I liked the interpretation of Split with the physicality that Danny brought. That was brilliant.
Okay, ZZ, how would you?
I like Marty. Yeah, I thought his rhyming was good, and particularly as everyone slated me for not rhyming. I'm gonna have to put my vote there.
Okay, Chris, how would you vote this one?
I felt like Danny was doing the splits mainly to show off his collection of PlayStations and deodorants behind him.
Yes.
But he impressed me with that. So.
Okay, Diz.
You know what? I'm gonna have to go for the rhyming. Like you, I was sucked in. Thought that Marty was gonna go for the I Am Groot angle, but then it was a pleasant surprise when he generated an actual poem that wasn't that. So, voting for Marty.
Okay, and Alan.
Yeah, I mean, Danny, the reason I love Danny's interpretation of the split. I thought that was great, but he didn't sound anything like Graham Garden. And the reason he didn't show us the lower area of his torso is because he's got 6 legs, which makes it very easy to do the splits. Besides, as has been pointed out, having railed against Damien and Zizi for not rhyming when they had the chance, it would be grossly unfair if I didn't give it to Marty for putting that work in. Well done, sir.
Okay, so let's see what we've got in the votes. So we've got Sam George has voted for Marty, smiley face. Max has voted for Danny, no smiley face. Don't need to say that every time, it's rare for there to be a smiley face. So 1 for Marty, 1 for Danny. Janie says Banana Danny. Andrew Whittington says Danny. Any more votes coming through? So we've got a lot more viewers than what we've had votes coming through. So if you have any more votes, put them through now. So far it's 3-1 to Danny. We're going to see if there are any more votes coming through. Whilst we do this, I'm just going to remind our audience that as well as our live improv shows like this, we also have lots of other shows come up on our Extreme Improv Facebook page, YouTube channel, Twitch, and so on and so forth, including the Extreme Improv Radio Rumble show, which is the precursor to this that we did, the Extremed one. It is the precursor to this show, which we did before lockdown began. Hopefully we'll be able to do it again soon. We also have podcasts, including the Extreme Improv Chat Show, Extreme Improv Skill Show, which will be making a triumphant return very soon with a first episode where I'm going to be talking a little bit about how you perform this way round on a virtual platform. So, at that point, I can say that Danny, you have won. So, well done, Danny, you go through. Okay, so huzzah, I love it. So, next up, we will have Alan and Chris. Alan and Chris, you will go next. So, I'm going to come to you first, Alan. We're going to find a character for you. And let's find a character. Who should you be? You're going to be... I always end up giving you like the suggestions that we've had that I just think that you'd actually know, whereas others may not. I'm going to give you Frankie Howard trying hot wings. Frankie Howard trying hot wings. And here you go.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh Mrs. No! Oh God! No! Titty, you not! You Frank! Your Frankie's been injured! No!
Okay, lovely. Thank you very much. Okay, we're going to come to you now, Chris. Let's find a character for you. Okay, let's see who you might be. Let's say you are Mick Jagger doing a Britney Spears and shaving off all his hair. You are Mick Jagger doing a Britney Spears. This is quite an old reference.
and shaving off all your hair. And here...
That boat, I got old reference.
I know. Here you go. Whoa!
Don't do it.
Now, here's the thing. If you're going to do it, you've got to do it right, Mama.
Okay, we're going to stop you there. I think we were all just waiting with bated breath to see if any would actually come off in the end. But, well done. It was very scary that you've suddenly just got this big pair of scissors there. So, okay, audience, it is now up to you because it is once again voting time. Who do you vote for in the audience? Please put your vote into the comments section. If you are voting for Chris as Mick Jagger, then vote Chris or Mick Jagger. If you are voting for Alan as Frankie Howard, then put Alan or Frankie Howard. Whilst we wait for those votes to come through, let's find out what's Danny. Who would you vote for there?
Well, I'm kind of torn. I can't divide my vote, can I?
Can?
I can. Yeah, I'm going to divide my vote. I mean, Alan, purely because I don't know the character, but I just liked the way he voiced it. And Chris, because obviously I was like everyone, I was on the edge of my seat in suspense, just waiting for him to start it up, you know.
Okay, so Diz, who would you vote for?
Alan. One word summary. Who is Frankie Howard?
Up Pompeii.
Comedian.
What?
You said one word summary.
Oh,
the
I'm
answer
sorry.
was comedian.
Okay.
He was a British stand-up comedian. He was repressed homosexual, but he was a brilliant comedian, and he had a lot of his material written for Eric Sykes, and he opened the Establishment Club, which was opened by Peter Cook in Soho, and the first thing he said when he came on the stage in the Establishment Club in Soho was, yes, very nice, this place, very nice. Well, it will be when it's finished.
All right. So in that case, I'm voting for Chris. Well done, Chris.
Okay, Marty, how would you vote this one?
Well, I'm with Diz. I didn't know who Frankie Howard was. I thought he did a great job, but Chris's performance really gave me a lot of satisfaction.
Oh, I like it. ZZ, how would you vote this one?
Well, I thought, Chris has such luscious long hair, and I was so anxious watching his performance. It's like, is it going to cut? Is he going to cut it? Oh my goodness. Yeah, so it's got to go to Chris.
Okay.
Well, if I cut my hair, will you vote for me?
You have beautiful hair too. You have beautiful hair, yeah, but
okay.
You talk a lot for one word, so.
Damien, how would you vote this?
Wow, I'm going to go the opposite way of our pond crossing cousins. I know who Frankie Howard is, and I enjoyed that impression. I mean, I know who Mick Jagger is, sort of, but only about as much as I know who Mary Poppins is. So,
Okay, so
thank you, baby.
Let's have a look into the comments section. We've got Erica on YouTube says, "Ooh, Alan." We've got Samuel George says, "Chris deserves the title just for that." So that's one apiece. We've got Andrew Whittington says Chris. Max on Facebook says Chris. Janie says Choppy Chris. I think at this stage I can say that Chris, you have just about clinched it. So well done there, Chris. So Now, there is Diz and myself left for the first round, then we'll move on to the semis and grand finale. So, Diz, you can go first. Let's find a character for you. Okay, audience, we may still need a few more characters in this suggestion box, so please put suggestions of characters from fiction and people from history into the comments section. And so, Diz, you are... let's have a look. You are Elvis Presley bowling. You are Elvis Presley bowling, as suggested by Samuel O. George.
Ho 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 strike ho ho ho. Thank you, Mama. Thank you, Mama. Oh, that's a strike. Put me down for 10 pins there, Colonel Parker. Ho, doggies, that's a good strike. Ho, let me get my. Hang on a second. Let me get my ball. Ho to the left. Ho, another strike. Woo! Ho! That's why I'm called the king, ladies and gentlemen. The king, right there. Woo! King of the 10 pins. Oh, that's a 300. 300. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much there, Diz. Well done, well done. So now we need to find a character from the suggestions for me. Let's see who I've got. As suggested by Andrew Whittington on Facebook, I am going to be the Wicked Witch of the West, being attacked by her own flying monkeys. I'm the Wicked Witch of the West being attacked by her own flying monkeys. And here I go.
Oh, well, you Dorothy Gale, I can see you out there, and I'm going to get you and your little dog, too. So fly, my pretties, fly! Ow! No! No, not me! Not, ow! 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 Stop it! Stop! Oh, you pissed on me! You pissed on me! I'm melting! I'm melting! Ah, what a world! What a world!
And that was me. So, audience, who do you vote for there? If it was me being pissed on, as everyone would like to see, then vote for me. Or if it was Diz being pissed off, then vote for Diz. So
I would just like to say I did not know that we could bring golden showers into the proceedings. I could have added a whole new layer to my Elvis impression.
Always. Golden rule of thumb. So,
all right.
Okay, whilst we wait for the votes to come through, either vote for David as the Wicked Witch or vote for Diz as the King, Elvis Presley. Whoever you're voting for, put the votes into the comment section and we'll find out what our fellow performers thought. Chris, who would you vote for there?
I think Diz has missed out on an opportunity in life. I think he should move to Vegas and start doing that full time. That was excellent.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
My brother was an Elvis impersonator.
Is that true?
That is actually true.
Amazing.
Wow.
Okay, ZZ, who... Well, okay, so, like... No, okay, I've got more questions on that, Diz. Right, ZZ, who would you vote for?
Well, I'm not a particular fan of being pissed on, but I liked your performance.
Okay, thank you. Marty, who would you vote for there?
Well, David, your performance was awesome, but Diz's performance really bowled me over, so I'm going with him.
Okay, Alan, how would you vote this one?
Well, I'd like to share with you an observation that was made originally by Andy Zaltzman, which is that in 1977, when Elvis died, there were 50,000 registered Elvis impersonators in the world. By the year 2000, there were 500,000 registered Elvis impersonators in the world. And at that rate, by the year 2200, everybody in the world will be Elvis. Indeed. I really liked Diz's version of Elvis. It was the best version I'd seen since Bruce Campbell.
Wow. Oh, wow. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Wow. Okay.
But I think he did have a head start, what with having the southern accent already. So I think on this occasion, I'm going to have to give it to David for stepping further outside the box in search of the character.
Okay. It's the luck of the draw, you know. So, Danny, who would you vote for?
Well, it was a close one. Diz, I like the commitment to the role, especially with the hip thrusting. But obviously, I'll just say, David, you're in.
I like it. Okay, and Damien, who would you vote for there? Do you think I'm number one also?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, brilliant. So, let's find out what the audience thought. So, Janie votes for Diz. Max says, lol. David, take a shower. Erica says, Dave, brilliant. Andrew says, David. Samuel says, David. I think at that stage, I'm going to say that I've just about pipped it. I would have voted for you, Diz. I would have voted for you. Right, so, okay, who are our semi-finalists? I am one. Thank you very much indeed. So, who are our semi-finalists? Me, ZZ, Danny, and Chris. So, let's have ZZ and Danny go first. ZZ and Danny to go first. So, let's bring up ZZ. So, let's bring you up, ZZ. Audience, we may need a few more suggestions of characters. I think we're just a couple shy of what we may need to get through this. But
I can't hear you very well.
You can't hear me?
Sorry,
Hello?
I had something else going on. There was something else happening over the line. I don't know what happened. Can you repeat?
Yes, I can. So, I would like you to do an impression of Sean Connery catching butterflies. Sean Connery catching butterflies. And here you go.
Well, we're here. We're going to catch some butterflies. Quick, grab this one. This one is big. This one is so big. This butterfly is the best butterfly in the world. It's. Check it out. Look, I've got it here. It's in my hand. We're gonna put it in this lovely little box. Okay, I've got it. I've got it in this box now. Do we need some more butterflies? Let's get some more. Let's get some more. I can't see any. Where have they all gone? They've all disappeared. They've just gone and I'm here all alone.
Okay, I'm going to wrap that one there. So thank you very much, ZZ. So next up, we are going to come to you, Danny. Let's find a character for you. Let's see who you are. So let's have a look. You are going to be Hulk Hogan, advertising Extreme Improv XStreamed, as suggested by Samuel O. George. So,
George.
Yeah, you are Hulk Hogan, advertising Extreme Improv XStreamed. Take it away.
Oh yeah, brother! Come down to Extreme Improv XStreamed Improv Live. Otherwise, I'm gonna leg drop your ass back to Hollywood, where I came from. Oh, brother!
Okay, love it. Okay, so who do we vote for here? Audience, please put your votes into the comment section. If you are voting for the immortal Hulk Hogan as played by Danny, then put Danny or Hulk Hogan. If you are voting for Sean Connery as played by ZZ, then put Sean Connery or ZZ. Was she the one with the impression of the golden impression gun? I don't know. Some pun in there somewhere. I didn't do a good job of it. Chris, who would you vote for?
Danny.
Okay. Diz, how would you vote this?
Hulkamania's running wild down here in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Okay. So, Damien, how would you vote this one?
I'm going to vote for Zizi. I was really glad that even though she had to fit an enormous butterfly into a box, she didn't fold it, which was worrying me for a moment.
Yes. Marty, how would you vote this one?
Well, as an old school wrestling fan, I gotta vote for Danny, brother.
Okay, and Alan, how would you vote it?
Well, I found them both disappointing, partly because Danny didn't rip his shirt off as part of the impression, and partly because ZZ didn't have Sean Connery discovering a Marsh fritillary, which is the perfect butterfly for Sean Connery. But of the two, I think I prefer ZZ's then.
Okay, let's have a look if we've got votes coming through. So we've got Danny the Hulk, says Janie. Danny says Andrew. Max says Danny. Samuel O'George says Danny. Smiley face. The Georges have just re-accepted him. So you've been re-accepted by the clan of Georges. Okay, any other votes? So, we're going to see any other votes. We've got Danny overwhelmingly in the lead here, so I'm going to give it 5 seconds. There's going to be quite a comeback needed here. It's easy. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Danny, you go through. So well done there. Danny, you are into the final, which means it will be... Who's in the final? Chris. Who else is in the final?
You.
Oh, I am. Okay, so Chris and myself, I forgot. Okay, Chris, you will go first. Let's find a character for you. You are going to be Morgan Freeman chasing the dragon, as suggested by Andrew Whittington on Facebook. You're Morgan Freeman chasing the dragon. And here you go.
What a lot of people don't know about smoking opium in 19th century China could fill a book. Well, I'm here to tell you that book will be narrated on audible.com by me, Morgan Freeman, with my beautiful resonant voice. To smoke, to see what you see, to feel what you feel. On audible.com. Subscribe now for a free trial and pick up your free audiobook when you enter the code Chasing the Dragon.
Okay, well done, well done. Okay, any other characters coming through? We still may need 1 or 2 more. Audience. I will now go next, find characters suggested earlier. I'm going to be Arnold Schwarzenegger doing yoga. I am Arnold Schwarzenegger doing yoga. So I'm going to put myself onto the spotlight view. And here I go.
Get down! You must get down! Must get downward dog! Must do the downward dog! Now I will do the child pose! Come here, child, and tell me who is your daddy and what does he do? Yeah! Yeah! I kill you! I kill you all! Yeah! That really hurts! I'll be hurting my back! I'll be back in a minute!
Right, and that's me done. So, audience, who do you vote for there? If you vote for me as the Yoganator, then put David or Arnold Schwarzenegger. If you vote for Chris as Morgan Freeman, then put Chris or Morgan. Let's find out, Damien, who would you vote for?
Oh, I think it's going to be you, David. I like that. At the moment, it went a little bit like the scene we saw earlier with the witch and the melting and whatnot. But it's amazing physicality.
Well, they're very similar characters, it has to be said.
You're just really, you want somebody to pee on you. I think that's basically it.
Generally in life. Okay, Danny, who do you vote for?
Oh gosh, again, it's a tough one. But if I had to choose, because they're going in the finals, I'd probably give this one to Chris.
Okay.
He's sort of got the defining thing that everyone knows Morgan Freeman for is his voice. And what he'd use it for, of course.
Certainly. Diz, how would you vote?
I'm a big fan of the Governator and yoga, so I'm going to go for you, David. That was a good job.
Okay, thank you very much. And Zizi, how would you vote this one?
It's got to be Arnie and the Downward Dog.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Marty, how would you vote?
David, I liked your Arnold impression.
Okay, and Alan, last one.
Well, I think this comes down to whether one likes one's satire scalpel sharp or like a massive fucking talentless sledgehammer. And that being said, David, you are the sledgehammer and I am voting for you.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so let's have a look in the comments section. Sam has voted for David. Max says, great job, David. Then Janie says Chris. Andrew says Chris. We'll give it a few more seconds. Any more votes coming through because it is all tied up there. Audience, if you're watching, we need some more votes coming through because we are all tied up. As we reach the end of the show here, we just need to get through this one. We're going to give it a 5 count and then we will have some sort of challenge set to us if we do not get any more votes coming through because we must have a tiebreaker. So, we're going to give it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and okay, no more votes can come through. Diz, can you set us some kind of challenge myself and Chris have to do?
Let's see. Find something in your environment that bespeaks to, let's see, youth. Something that speaks to youth.
Okay. Something that speaks to youth.
Well, we had unity before, right?
Yeah. How many minutes do they have for this task, do you reckon, Diz?
Oh, they have 30 seconds, and I didn't start a timer. So.
Don't worry, don't worry. So,
an Eeyore. All right, so we've got an Eeyore from David. And Chris, what are those? I mean, those are flowers, obviously, but what significance do they have for you?
I have a big vase full of cut flowers, which represents youth because they will gradually wither and die and leave a horrible, ugly reminder of what once was.
and
All right, let's go.
I have
Oh,
Eeyore,
yeah.
and Eeyore is always depressed, which sums up my youth.
Sums up youth. Okay, well, those are both compelling arguments. Let's go around the horn and see who. Let's see. Maybe make a little note here. So, Damien, who do you vote for there?
I think the flowers. It's so symbolic.
Okay, Marty, who do you vote for there?
Ooh, tough one because they were both depressing as hell.
That's you.
But I kind of like Eeyore, so I'm going to go with Eeyore.
Okay, Danny, who do you vote for there?
So say me or Damien?
Danny, yeah.
Oh, sorry. I don't know. They both made compelling arguments, but I think Chris sold it better. Sorry, David.
Okay, Zizi, who do you vote for there?
Yeah, my vote's going to go with Chris because he not only got the youth involved in this flower idea, but he actually went through the whole cycle of life.
All right. And I'm the host of this particular segment, so I'm not going to vote since I set the challenge. Alan, it brings it down to you. Who do you vote for there?
Well, I went for a Wii and didn't watch any of it. So, who is it that's involved?
Well, good news, Alan. I see now that it's 3-1 with Chris ahead, so your vote wouldn't count anyway.
Okay.
So we're going to give it to Chris. He goes on through to the finals against.
In that case, I vote for whoever isn't Chris, just to make them feel better.
Okay,
right,
so
well.
that brings us to Danny and Chris in the grand finale to decide who will be today's Extreme Improv XStreamed champion. So, will it be Danny or will it be Chris? We need a couple more characters. I think we might have some, but if we don't, then put some more suggestions of characters into the suggestion box, please, audience. So, first up, we are going to have Danny. You will go first. I'm going to find a character that has been suggested here for you. So, you are going to be Mr. Bean struggling with hay fever. You are Mr. Bean struggling with hay fever. And here you go.
End scene.
Okay, excellent. So next up, we're going to come to Chris. Let's find a character for you, Chris. So let's see. Do we have any more characters? We have the character for you, which is Kim Jong-un subscribing to Disney Plus. You are Kim Jong-un subscribing to Disney Plus. And here you go.
Yes, I'd like to subscribe to Disney Plus, please. The name is Kim Jong-un. Thank you very much. And
Okay, so I love it. I love how you did it like you were ordering a pizza. So, does that come with extra Mary Poppins? Excellent. Right, so audience, it is now once again, and for the last time in this show, voting time. Who do you vote for? Who do you vote for? Do you vote for Chris as Kim Jong-un? Put either Chris or Kim Jong-un. If you are voting for Danny as Mr. Bean, put Danny or Mr. Bean. So, before we find out what the audience have said, let's find out what our performers said. Damien, who do you vote for here?
I thought it's going to have to be with Kim Jong-un. I thought the object work in that was so amazing. I believed he was holding a mobile phone.
Yep. Okay, and Zizi, who would you vote for?
So it's obvious Danny's getting some royalties for tonight, so I'm going to ask him to cut me in and vote for him.
Okay, lovely. Diz, how would you vote?
Danny's Mr. Bean destroyed yet another cherished childhood memory for me, and Chris's Kim Jong-un brought me back to the Cold War terror that I grew up with in the 1980s and 1970s. So I could feel the missiles raining down on me. I hope they were missiles. So I'm voting for Chris.
Okay, and Marty, who do you vote for?
Oh, Danny impressed me with the fact that he brought the tissues back in for one last scene. So Danny gets my vote.
Okay, excellent. And who would you vote for, Alan?
Well, I mean, I think that the thing is that Chris's version of the North Korean leader was not nearly racist enough. So I've got to give it to the other side, purely because Kleenex, at least.
Okay.
Sorry, I've drifted off into things I could do with Kleenex. What was the question?
You're an honorary American, Alan.
There we go.
You're very kind, and I hate you.
Right, so let's have a look what the audience have voted here. So
as long as I'm not an honorary Trump voter, I'm cool. That's fine.
Let's have a look. So the audience, first of all, so responding to the last game, actually, Samuel George says hardly seems fair. David's entire lifespan in toys is in that room. It's true. I've never got rid of a toy.
But none of them are Transformers. What the heck?
I didn't like them. They're robots. They've got no personality. Where's the character?
You're an idiot.
Well, they had a great song, though, didn't they?
They certainly did. Thank you, Zuzu.
Okay, so let's have a look what we've got in the votes. So Samuel George has voted for Chris. Andrew Whittington on Facebook has voted for Chris. Max has voted Chris. Jamie has voted Chris. Styles Clash has said Chris as well, so that puts Chris in the lead. Any more votes coming through, audience? This will decide who is today's Extreme Improv XStreamed champion. So any more votes coming through? We're going to give it a few more seconds. I'm going to remind everyone that we have another show tomorrow at 12 PM UK time, which you can watch on facebook.com/extremeimprov, youtube.com/extremeimprov. We also have channels on Twitch, on Twitter, on Mixer, on DLive, and probably some other places. VK if you live in Russia, that's a new one. So, at this point, I can say, I'm going to give 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And Chris, you have won today. So you are today's Extreme Improv XStreamed champion. So something you won't be able to see, but will now be appearing on people's screens to watch at home, is you have a little championship belt floating just under your screen. So you have become the winner today. We are now going to find out where audience, in fact, Sorry. If you have any final shout-outs or any things you want to say to each other, any birthdays or anything like this, put it into the comments and we'll read it out at the end of the show. And once again, I'll remind everyone that we've got another show tomorrow. But for now, let's find out where you can find all of our lovely performers on social media, etc. Damien, where can the good people find you?
Right, you can find me at Damien_improv on Twitter and Facebook and whatnot. And it's back to front. No, maybe
No, it's not. It's the right way round.
It's the right way round. And this Sunday at 2 p.m, you can see the Cambridge Impronauts, which includes me, with Clickfire online. Go to Cambridge Impronauts on Facebook, and you'll find a link.
Okay, excellent. So do check that out. 2 p.m. UK time.
Oh my God, you've turned into Kevin Bacon and the Hollow Man.
True.
Do you know, it appears I've never seen a movie or a movie star. I've got no idea.
Okay, ZZ, where can the people find you?
So I'm part of a group based in Southampton, and you can find us on Facebook called page Anything Funny.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much. And next up, we're going to come to Alan. Where can the people find you?
Hello, you can find me occasionally on Extreme Improv, although you won't always hear me, because it turns out that David enjoys the idea of muting me whenever I'm being funnier than him.
That's regularly, Alan, regularly. However, I will only mute you if you are stopping the other performers from doing their alphabet scenes whilst you're spotting Rain Man-like patterns that I would have never spotted. So, Marty, where can the people find you?
My improv team is on Facebook under Up North Players, and I'm a visual artist. If you want to check out my art, it's on Instagram at What Would Jesus Glue.
Okay, when you say visual artist, what kind of thing is that?
Well, mostly I do collage art, and I also am a cartoonist, so I do a little bit of both.
Amazing. Okay, like the sound of that.
What's the opposite of a visual artist?
Music.
A blind artist.
Like an artist who just does invisible sculptures and we just bump into them.
Or a recording artist. I don't know. A recording artist, maybe? Right, Diz.
Audio.
Yeah, where can the people find you?
Oh, hi. Is our producer still there? You can find me at Improv Chattanooga. We've got the webpage, the Facebook, all your favorite social medias. Just look for Improv Chattanooga. And we do a show every Friday night at 8 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. So that's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's the good old-fashioned improv show. The first 45 minutes are short form. Then we do a long form at the end. And you can also listen to our podcast, Go Through the Door is the name of the podcast. You can find that at gothroughthedore.com. We just finished our first season, just wrapped that up, and I'm going to be interviewing some of these folks, hopefully for season 2. So that's where you can find us and me.
Yeah, no, hook me up there, Diz. In fact,
yes, definitely.
And also, I'd like to get you on, because like I said, we've got the Extreme Improv chat show and stuff, and just because of lockdown and learning all of this technology, I've been neglecting the podcast, but we will do more. Okay, Danny, where can the people find you?
The sheer presumption of guessing that you are one of the people that Diz wants to... Sorry, Danny.
He is.
I was saying I would love to. Right. Okay, so, Danny...
So, I don't actually have any social media, but I am part of the Portsmouth Improv experience. They are sort of fairly new-ish, and they can be found on Facebook at facebook.com/Portsmouth Improv.
Okay, fantastic. And who haven't we been to? Myself. So my name is David Postansky. You can find me on Facebook, on Instagram and Twitter at David Postansky, spelled Pustansky. But now we must come to today's winner, which is Chris. Where can everyone find you?
Have a look at my Instagram, Rofus, Roafus. Find most stuff there, most of the important stuff. Otherwise, you can find me after lockdown in London town.
Okay, yes. I'm just double checking. We did do ZZ, didn't we?
Yes, you did. Yeah.
Yes, we did. Okay, phew. I've panicked for a moment. So, yeah, for everyone else out there, for Extreme Improv, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on YouTube, we're on Twitch, we're on TikTok. All of the social media platforms we're on. We just have to search Extreme Improv. Our website is extremeimprov.co.uk. It's got the links to these shows and so much more. Let's see any other things in the comments to read out. Lucas on D Live says, "Hi everyone." Hi Lucas. Do check out the replay if you're only just joining us. Erica Leah says, "I wish I could mute Alan." So there you go, Alan.
Don't we all?
Oh, poor Alan.
Aw,
Right,
no.
we don't really want to. Alan, I didn't actually mute you. I just say it because it's good
No,
banter.
you didn't. You just wanted to with every beat of your heart. I know.
He just threatened it many
I
times.
just threaten it. Okay, Andrew Whittington says, "Great show as usual. Looking forward to joining tomorrow's matinee." Yes, Andrew will be a guest. He's been a long-time viewer now. I say long time, it's during lockdown. But long-time viewer, first-time performer.
That's
He'll be with us
not,
tomorrow.
to be fair.
Yeah. Samuel O. George says, "Great job, Chris. Not only winning the title, but also pulling off that shirt better than I can." Oh, okay, so he apparently has the same shirt. Either that or I missed it and you pulled off your shirt. We didn't see that. So, he says, "Mine's been in the wardrobe for months." Okay, Sam, good to know. Right, and on that note, we will wrap the show up. So from me, from everyone else here, this has been Extreme Improv XStreamed. Until next time, thank you so much, and goodbye for now.
It's been a delight.
Bye, everybody.
I
Bye, everybody.
Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running.
We are now
Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
live.
Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running.
We are now
Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
live.
Ignition sequence start.